What's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. Trigger warning, this is a karmic reading, and if you're used to my channel, you know what that means. If you're not, I don't do trends. I don't have patience. I also pick up on some of the heaviest karmics, the most toxic in the group a lot of times, and so if I'm being moved to do this, there is a reason, but it is up to you to use your discernment, tap into your intuition to find out what that reasoning is. You are always responsible for your actions and reactions to the messages. If you're led to watch this, there's something that you can take note of. Just be mindful of it. I always say center yourself before you watch any of the readings, even when they're positive ones, even spirit baby ones. Always center yourself. So take a moment to pause and inhale for the count of 5. Hold it for the count of 5 and then slowly release it for the count of 5. If some of you can actually go to the number 7, then I recommend inhaling for 7, holding it for 7, and then releasing it for 7. Do this a couple of times. Pause the video. Do this until you feel clear-minded, grounded, prepared to hear what you need to hear so that you only can take whatever you need to take from it and leave what doesn't. Never take on anything that isn't of your situation. I'm going to get into the pre-channeling, but first we're going to roll some dice. I'm moved to roll some dice. So we'll get some numbers out. I don't like what I've been seeing lately. There are no problems without solutions, no questions without answers. Sometimes you need to go through the unknown in order to reach what that divine answer is. But there are those of us put in a position to help give a little more clarity, more guidance to the situation so that you can learn to also feel those energies out for yourself, be it a personal reading or otherwise. And I'm feeling like there's a lot of mess going on here right now. We got 4, very important number that's been popping up a lot lately. 6, 3, another big number of importance that I keep seeing. We got another 4 and another 4. This is actually, you might also be seeing 40. You could be 40. 4, 4, 4 right there. We got 1 and we have 3, 3, 3. So a very specific order might stand out to you. If it does, write it down, look it up, add it up to a single digit and look it up both as a life path number and look up the bigger digit as either an angel number or find out what master numerology it leads to. That will add some more clarity to your message. Okay. Pre-channeling. You guys are either you, and I might say you throughout the reading just to make this easier, or as I channel energies, a lot of times it does come in as like you here now and then, but it doesn't have to be you personally that's dealing with a karmic. You could have a lover or a divine connection with someone that's dealing with this currently or was, and like remnants of it is, bothering them or creating a problem. We're going to break it down though. But just understand, sometimes I might say you, I might say they. I'm picking up on two-faced karmics. I'm picking up on individuals who, this is by no means a mistake. This isn't like, oh, I was in a better spirit and then this individual came in my life and they made me karmic, or I went rogue because of something from my past, blah, blah, blah. This is intent. I want you to understand that. So this is people who sat around and observed you or your person, learned what they could about you, got close to you. Many of them came in through friends, either a friend that you or they know, maybe a family member. There's something they feel like they gain from being around y'all and tapping into your energy. Most importantly, they came in to be disruptive, which means they came in with the idea of how can I mess some stuff up? How can I create a problem? Because I think I'm a benefit from that problem. Think of them like energy vampires, right? Like I'm just going to come in and drain and I'm going to feed off of your success and your prosperity, make it like it's my own, be demanding with myself. So some of them are dealing with very demanding individuals. I was picking up on one energy that's very whiny, whines about everything. These people signed up for a lot of what they're dealing with. And what I mean by that is, if you had a partner that had a past where they were, running a little wild out here, maybe that was before y'all even got together. They knew that when they came in. They knew. I'm talking about you're sitting right next to the people that they're fooling around with. You might even be participating in it, and yet all of a sudden, as time goes by, you want to act brand new and now be the victim. They play innocent all the time. And it's obvious if you just really look at what's going on, it's not hard to see what's really happening and how they're manipulating the situation. But they like for people to think that they're the victim and they're just being messed with, and they just love this person. There's no love. There's no love. There's obsession. There's possessiveness even, but there's no love here. That's just a bold-faced lie that they give to make people empathize with them. Another person that's coming in, they're a little bit more independent, but they still think I'm that ish, or I'm that mother. I'm gonna get what I want. That it's a very cocky attitude, but it's also very I'm gonna do me at the same time. It's a little weird. We're gonna break it down, but it is a little weird. I feel like the whiny one, or anyone that's in between those two extremes, is somebody that very two-faced. One minute they hate the divine feminine or masculine, the next minute they love them. And I don't just mean your person, I also mean you, because some of them are aware of who you are and they're watching you, and they try to mimic you. If you've been on my channel before, you've heard me speak about the different types of energies that you can deal with when working with these people, and how it shows, how it affects your health, how it affects your mental state, let alone, of course, obviously, the spiritual state. Mimics are one of the most crazy in the group because they're trying to literally become someone they're not. And I mean literally become. They will dress like that person, talk like that person, all of a sudden like the same things that person likes. There's no history of them being into it before. There's no talk of them being into it before. But they do this to try to get close to whoever their target is. This is whether it's a friend they want to get close to this man or woman, or whether it's a romantic person they want to get close to. There's always something they feel they can gain out of it. But what starts to happen is they lose their actual identity somewhere. They get lost in believing that they now have a right to that which they are, for lack of a better term, trying to steal or sabotage. They start to feel obsessed with being like that individual and pleasing. So it's the energy that you have to be mindful of, because they're the kind that'll try some real crazy-ish to keep someone near them, or they'll mess up. They'll do something really simple-minded, but it can actually lead to something dangerous. And again, it's not about fear. It's like, and this is the thing, I deal with this a lot when people don't pay attention. It's not about fear. It's the equivalent of whether or not you get that feeling that you should walk down a dark alley or not, when you could simply just go an extra 2 seconds out of your way to be in a fully lit space. It's the equivalent of, if you get that feeling, I shouldn't drive down this road, something's telling me don't go down this road today. It may not mess up for no one else. It may not be an accident or anything like that for anyone else, but you were given a symbol and a sign from your own higher self, from your own guides, when you were with yourself, to not go in a certain direction. And some people like to do it anyway because they think either they have that mentality of, I'm never scared. It's not about fear. It's about being smart. Or no, it won't affect me like that. I'm an exception to the rule. And then they end up being the first ones getting caught up in some mess. These are the kind of energies that will get you caught up in dangerous situations, or situations that affect your health because it's stressing you so bad. And it's best to be aware of them and start cleansing that energy out, setting your boundaries, being more mindful of who you deal with, who you trust, whether it's you or your person, than to keep allowing it and then wonder, why am I going through all these issues? Why do I have all these problems? This is why. These energies bring in more situations to facilitate themselves. There's a person here who talks down to the masculine. I don't like them, I'm going to just tell you right now, but they talk down. It's, who you think is going to tolerate your bullshit? Who you think is going to put up with you if I don't put up with you? Nobody's going to want you. They say things that they know triggers this person's heart, because they know that regardless of the past this person may have had, they've always had a good heart. That heart has been abused. They themselves at times have done things to kind of put themselves in predicaments where it's like a tit for tat. You screw me over, I screw you over. And it may have not been with this person, but this person's watched, either because their business was like shared on social media, or because they know mutual friends. They get the tea. They find things out. And so they know those little triggers. And some of them are playing with fire, but they don't believe so because they've been getting away. They've been getting what they want for so long while doing this that they think they can maintain it. Meanwhile, your person you might notice physical effects. They might not always look happy. Their eyes are voided. They start getting thin. Now, when they're dealing with a mimic-like energy, or when they're dealing with someone who's similar to, think like a succubus, right? Like something that drains them. There are physical results to this. The cheeks caving in, bags under the eyes, but yet they're going to sleep at a reasonable time, so it doesn't even make sense. Everything else on their health when they go to the doctor looks perfectly fine, but as you're looking at them, you and other people, you notice that it's like this cloud to them. If you can see auras, you will see at times a mist or like a cloud. If someone has them in a veil, there's these moments where they space out and their eyes gloss over, and it's like they don't even know where they are. They might have times where they tell you, I don't even know why I went to this person's house. I don't know how I got there. Again, you could run a check. There's no drugs. There's no this. And if they had an issue with addictions before, this person will keep them looped in that somehow just to keep control over them. They will enable them like that. So if they had a sex addiction, whatever it is, they're going to keep them tied up in it and keep them in the mentality that you need this and you need me to regulate whatever this is. So again, these are not people who are just going rogue, just a little payback. These are people who had intent. Be mindful what you're triggered by, because some of them are trying to do things right now to trigger you, like make your person think that they're involved when truthfully they're not. Something could have happened months ago before either y'all got together or before y'all got back together if you were going through a separation, but they're trying to make it seem like it was current. And this is just to rile you up. Be mindful of the ones that try to get buddy-buddy with you, like, me and you should, leave him or her because they're the reason that we're going through X, Y, Z. Now, I want y'all to bear in mind, masculine energy doesn't do that as much. Masculine energy doesn't just sit down with another man. And particularly when I say masculine energy at this point, if you resonate with it, fine. But I'm picking up on males. There are a few karmics here who are masculine. They're some of the meanest kind because they can either it be verbal or it can go physical. It all depends on what their trigger is. They definitely have a way, they gaslight a lot. It's not that the feminines don't, but I'm picking up on a whiny feminine in particular. She's not so much, you could call some of what she does gaslighting, but for the most part is how can I look like I'm the victim and you're the bad guy and I'm innocent and you need to take care of me. It's more like you need to take care of me. Someone that gaslight wants to seem like the person is in control and that you're the one losing the control. So it's like you're the problem, but you're not bossing me around. I'm just pointing out to you that you're the problem. So that's two different kind of energies. But masculines are less likely to try to get close to another person. Like that. Their mental's not set up that way. The feminine's different. That they'll try to play on like the sisterhood bond. There's definitely trauma bonding going on here too. But we're going to get into, I'm shuffling before I said what the name of the deck was. Overheating already. We're going to get into the Karmic Rose. Ooh. We got a lie off the bat. Oh, we're going to see all the karmics insecurities come out. We have, he's mine now. Respect that or look dumb chasing a runner. I'm going to tell you right now that this is a lie, and this person, that these energies are about to make themselves look all kind of crazy. Watch. First and foremost, they don't own nobody. But this is to plant insecurity in your mind. They might have said something like this to a person that y'all both know. They might have even went as far as to be bold as to hit you up on social media. You're probably not doing anything. You're minding your business, and all of a sudden this person hits up and goes, oh, I just want you to know that this person belongs to me and you would be a nuisance if you do X, Y, Z. And you're sitting there like, I'm not even saying nothing to you. I haven't talked about this individual. It's because your person's missing you. They're miserable with them. They're missing you. They might have found them looking at pictures. They might have found them engaging. If your individual is not really sleeping with them, because like I said, this is a lie. So if your individual is not really messing with them, they're trying to make your person feel like you won't talk to them so they can get close again. There might be some type of tie with the individual, like money. Could be that they own something together. They don't have to have been married, but that's also a plausibility. They could have owned something together, and so there's like a financial thing. Like, I need to make sure that this person doesn't screw over my livelihood, pretty much. There are kids involved in some of these situations. There are, you know, karmics that have had kids with this individual, and no, it's not the we can just simply get along kind. It's a lot of mess. It's kids being used. I'm hearing that clear as day. I don't like what I'm seeing. We're going to move on because we got a lot to cover and it's already pretty deep as we go. But this person is trying to get y'all to feel insecure within your connection. And you're going to watch them flip-flop back and forth because they want to seem like they're the victim. They want to seem innocent, but at the same time, they want to be, but I'm the best one. I'm the winner. I'm the real soulmate. No, good and gosh damn well that they're not. They don't do anything that supports a loving connection with your individual. They're obsessed. Some of them are obsessed with you. Be you the divine feminine or masculine of the person, they're obsessed with you. There's definitely mimics here. I can feel it. My head's getting tight. There's mimics in this group. They're trying to pretend to be. Some of them, listen, when you are, even when you have your own insecurities, when you understand who you are and what you are as an energy, let alone as a person, it's hard to mimic an individual that's that solid. Again, you can have your own insecurities from time to time. They can't copy you. Even if they try to pretend to like what you like, they can't study it, relay it, recite it the way that you can. It comes off fake. So their next best option is to try to find out what was your person's type prior to you? What was the, relationship prior to you that might have been the longest, for example? What were they into before that? If they had a toxic addiction, it could be wanting a lot of sex. It could be drugs. It doesn't have to be those things, but if it is, they figure it out and then they find a way to finesse or mimic something close to it. They'll add just enough of their own personality to seem somewhat individual. But if you really pay attention, I do mean just, you don't even have to try hard. Just say to yourself, I'm more observant now. I'll see the truth, and then watch. They'll look like the person. They'll dress like the person. They'll talk like the person. Even if they speak a different language, they'll do everything to try to be a carbon copy of whatever that archetype was. A lot of times, if you look at photos of them, their face changes. You don't have to be a person with a lot of sight to notice this. No, it's not makeup, particularly, especially if you see pictures of them without makeup. It'll always seem like there's someone else, and people have to keep reminding you that it's the same person. You're seeing how they constantly keep trying to shapeshift into different people's personalities to please your individual. Now, what makes them the most dangerous in the group with that is, again, they'll do crazy-ish. They lose their mind. They get caught up in becoming that persona. They become obsessed with not only who they're trying to mimic, but they become obsessed a lot of times with who they're trying to get through that vibration. It's all to gain something. So you or whoever you're dealing with could be a person that when you get around individuals, you make friends easy, and sometimes those friends have connects. You don't have to be Rockefeller, but somebody could be well off. They could want a piece of that pie as well. It's something they could want a carefree life where they just live off of your individual. Especially if they've had a kid. Somebody forced themselves to have a kid with a person. Look at that. I've given you nightmares. Nightmares about you and your individual not working out. Nightmares about you getting hurt whenever they have negative intent towards you. But here's the question. Remember what I said about them flip-flopping, right? If the heifer is so secure with this, oh, he's mine, respect that, or look dumb, right? Why are you sending nightmares to anybody? Why are you trying to distort anyone's dreams? Remember I was speaking to the collective before about distortions? Why are you distorting anyone's view if you know that you got what you got and it's yours? We're already getting to the bullshit. We're already getting into how we're breaking down this lie within the second card. I'm going to try to get through these a little quicker. Believe me, sweetheart, you ain't missing out on nothing. Hold up, though. Rewind that back, Karmic. I thought you said that person was yours. Y'all good, right? Somebody gonna look dumb chasing. The only way somebody will look dumb chasing is if y'all look like you good, you're settled. See, that's a lie. They don't look like that to the public for real. If this is somebody that's trying to make it look like they're dating this individual, they're either not or ain't nothing good going on at home. People who really observe whatever this is, whoever this is, they know the truth when they really observe them. Like, wait, y'all don't do anything that looks loving. This person looks miserable in every photo with you. It looks forced. or they're never around you. So how could they possibly be for you if they're never around? How are you so secure in telling somebody else to respect that security, but then you're also sending that person nightmares? I don't joke when it comes to spell work. If I'm telling you I'm picking up on that, that's what it is. They try to send distortions. Now, many of you who are intuitive, you read through those distortions, or they'll try to make you think that something you're working on that's successful is going to fail. To anything to throw you off, because again, for those type of things to work, your mental state, your spiritual state has to be in a low vibration. You have to be thinking negative things, feeling negative things. Then they can play on that. They can make something play into the role, so to speak. Otherwise, it's impossible. Now, somebody's mad because there's a divine feminine who they can't compete with. Really, they can't compete with divine feminines, but there's someone who they can't break like that, and they're getting pissed off. So now the next thing is, well, I'm gonna make you think bad about your person. I'm gonna make you think that your person's messing up. Now, I am picking up on a masculine with this energy too, and what that means is there's a masculine that's trying to make it seem like, man, you could talk all that crap you want to, but at the end of the day, she ain't all that. You know, she ain't just messing with you. She ain't just messing with me. I feel like they're lying on a feminine. Like they're trying to make a feminine seem like she's hoeing around, but she's not. This person is probably a really toxic ex to whoever that individual is. But for the divine feminine that's dealing with a female karmic that's acting like this, it's going from, oh, we good. We're set. But I'm sending you nightmares, though. Why? You know how much effort that takes? I don't think some of y'all realize when these type of energies are coming for somebody innocent, how much effort they have to put in. And listen, when you make a deal, you must always return your end of the bargain with these negative energies. So when they're coming at innocent people, innocent counterparts on some bull, there's an exchange that's taking place. All energy has an exchange. It doesn't matter who tries to change the law, the system, that's how it works. Energy has an exchange. The question is, what did you give to what entity, what source, in order to try to do this to somebody that clearly wouldn't deserve it? And the only way it's successful is either A, the feminine is in a low vibration, or B, when they send it to you, you're allowed to see the distortion because spirit wants you to know that someone's messing with you. So they'll show you, like, look at that. See how that went glitchy all of a sudden? That's somebody ain't supposed to be here. So you're still protected, but they want you to see you're being messed with. And then all of a sudden wanting you to be tag team on the masculine or feminine. Doesn't make sense. Think about it in hindsight. What sense does that make? Zero. All right, we're going to breathe it out because it's only going to get, it's only going to get crazier. I said what I said, and I'm going to continue to call it out. I have a feeling we won't last. Really? You mean you got a feeling? You got a feeling that your falsehoods won't last? Really, Karmic? Okay. But I thought you said to respect, though. I thought you were secure. Oh, wait. I thought you said they were a piece of shit, though. Oh, okay. Okay. This is the energy of the collective. It's like one minute I'm going to talk crap about them or you, and then the next minute I'm going to act like everything's fine. Oh, now you really trying it. Oh, I felt this coming. This sums up everything I was saying. I felt this coming. Are you sure? I'm going to say they because I hear a female but also hear a masculine. Are you sure they are your twin? What did I tell you about trying to put a doubt in your head? Now, this is very specific. This is somebody that's tried to claim to be some type of soul divine connect to the person, which means while doing this toxic mess, they've claimed to be their soulmate, or they've claimed to be their twin flame. They've posted things referencing it. They've said it even when it's obvious that they're not talking to the individual. I mean, when it's obvious that both parties are super single, they're like, but we're always destined because of blah, blah, blah. This is like a freaking, it almost feels like a PR stunt. I'm not going to joke. It feels like, how can I make the public, how can I get people to believe I'm something that I'm not? And when it comes to energetically, how can I get the individual who I can't copy completely, or I can't copy at all, to feel insecure, because when you're in these type of connections and you're supposed to be working on yourself and healing, to have somebody keep disrupting that. And when you pick up on your person who's also trying to work on themselves and heal, and you see progress taking place, to have something try to come in and put a glitch in the system to start y'all back at square one, to make you feel like you're defeated. There's no point in you trying, you're defeated. Both of you are just going to fail, da da da. This is how they start. But at the same time, this individual knows good and damn well that they already know that this person belongs to you, and they're going to snitch on themselves. They already have. If this is someone you know, if this is a karmic that you know or that you've dealt with, they've already snitched on themselves. But I'm going to tell you right now, in this reading, pre-prediction, they're going to snitch on themselves. They can't help it because their energies, they're not getting their way. Something disrupt this, and they're not getting their way, and it's pissing them off. It's really pissing. This feels like the whiny one, though I am also getting a little bit of the person who feels it. There's somebody energy who's coming in here. They feel more like a karmic. I wouldn't classify them as a mimic completely, though I do feel like they've observed what, you know, a previous person went through, whoever they're messing with, and they kind of copy what they think that person would deem to be successful. So for example, if they were dating an individual who had a lot of attitude, right, in their face attitude, and they seemed to like that, but it was too much, it was too over the top, they'll display a similar behavior, but they tone it down a few notches, just a little bit. If there's money involved and the other person was like always spending money and always needing it, oh, they're all of a sudden Mr. Independent. But at the same time, they find little ways to finesse what they want. It's like this, just enough, I'm gonna throw you off, but I'm gonna do something to also keep you interested in me or keep your attention, make you think that I'm somehow better than whoever you were talking to before. What starts to happen, though, is once either of these energies that I'm picking up on, once they feel secure in a position, they feel like the boyfriend or girlfriend, they feel like baby mama, baby daddy, whatever, they start to act out. That's when they really start to act out. And that's when they start giving your person the biggest headache, because your person's trying to figure out, how the fuck do I balance that out? Like, that's literally what I hear them saying. How the fuck do I balance that out? What am I supposed to do with that? Because on one hand, there's a legit obligation, but then on the other hand, they really don't want to deal with this person. Like, if they could just have somebody be the intermediator, some of them might have that option, they don't know how to utilize it, then they would, whether it be like a relative, or that's what they would do to keep from having to have contact with this person while still being able to take care of whatever their responsibility is. If there's money involved, the other person's trying to tie them up in litigation. They're trying to keep them, like, let's say it's a divorce, they're trying to fight it. If it's like something with a name, I'm feeling like somebody has either, it feels like a big investment, maybe a house or a business. Like, they weren't married, but they invested in something together. One party was given a little too much power over it, and it's like they're trying to fight them about this. Even if the person says, you know what, I don't care, take half, maybe even take, it's like, no, I'm going to keep bugging you about it. I'm going to keep finding reasons to call you about it. I'm getting a lot of different energies. Everybody might want to pause, inhale, and then slowly exhale, because there's a lot of energies coming in at once. Y'all going through it. Oh, I said what I said. I know you're destined to be together. Wait a minute. See, this is what you're supposed to do when you get these kind of conflicted energies. Don't get mad. No, baby, don't get mad. Break it down and just see how foolish it all is. Are you sure they're your twin? But pause. I know you're destined to be together. But are you sure they're your person? This is literally the equivalent of, are you sure that they're your divine counterpart? Whatever you might be in. You could be in a more soulmate connection, it's path driven. You could be in a divine, I say divine flame connection. That's what in my culture that's about as close to a translation as you would get. People who you have important missions to achieve. Twin flame, same thing. They're asking you that the person you're destined to be with, remember, there's a difference between destiny and just a regular fate. One helps you reach your fullest potential, your fullest potential. The other keeps you stuck or settling. I know you're destined to be with this person, but are you sure they're yours? How? How, Sway? How? Make it make sense. See, don't get mad, because they want you mad. They want you triggered. Nah, don't get mad. Just see the foolery of it all. See how these energies are all connected. They have similarities is what I'm saying. So each one of these messages are coming from individuals who are right now similar to each other, be them masculine or feminine karmics. They're all trying to put the same kind of system in their person's head, or in the individual that they're dealing with's head. Are you sure you're the divine feminine? Are you sure that person should be with you? Hitting you up for no reason. Well, how you know that's supposed to be your man or woman? Anything to put a distraction. Anything. It's backfiring. They're not getting their way, and that's why we get all this fire. There's a cold, like a cold sweat coming up it's my back, right where the shoulders are, this like cold sweat, almost like hands are sliding up the back. They know that things aren't going according to plan. There's some type of big monkey wrench was put in something that they had planned, and it's throwing everything off, and now they're desperate. They're real desperate. I got 2 cards now. Hold up. The foolery. Come on now. Y'all came to the right spot. Y'all chose the right one. Look at that. We are so toxic for each other. Anything healthy makes us sick. Trying to get sympathy, trying to play innocent, trying to make it seem like this is just something that we're caught up in, and we just can't figure how to get out of it. But yet I can hear them telling the person, who's going to mess with you if I don't? I can hear another individual telling a person, well, you owe me. Well, what am I supposed to do without you? In other words, they're trying to make the person guilt trip. Like, how am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to take care of what we created together and what we're doing? It's not that they're not self-sufficient. Like, Heffa, you had your own thing before any of this popped off, and you knew what you were getting into. Nah, let's pause on that, because this person thinks they're slick. And I'm hearing it. They really think they're slick. First of all, this particular individual that I'm picking up on that came out with this card, they resonate with this one, and they resonate with, I can feel what they resonate with this, I'm sending you nightmare shit, or at least I'm trying to send you distortions. All right, let's call you out. First of all, when they got with the individual that they're talking about, that person was living in their wild stage. If it wasn't a wild stage, it was some type of depression. They were playing on either a depression and or soiling my royal oaks kind of vibration, right? This individual was talking to them while they were still talking to multiple other people, because I'm seeing it. That means you're sitting next to the other person that you know the individual you're talking to is banging, and you know it's happening at the time that you're coming in the picture, and you're doing it too. So explain. Explain how all of a sudden you want empathy. Yeah, you toxic, because you came in the game to be toxic. Came up in the spot to ruin something. Now, at the time that this happened, and my curtain's trying to fall to further prove the point. Yeah, Spirit's like curtain call on the individual. They tried it. At the same time that they came in the spot doing this, they disrupted something important that was supposed to happen. So I want you guys to pay attention to months and dates. I feel like February was important. I feel like the summertime a couple of years ago, maybe 4 to 6 years ago was important. Something, maybe you and your person was about to link up. Y'all will, communication was about to happen. Bam, this person comes in right when they know that there's a bunch of other toxic activity taking place so that they can play on it. Now that they feel secure, for some reason they feel more secure in their position. Not secure in the sense that they don't think the person's going to leave. More like, I have something I can play on. I have something I can use to my advantage. Could be money, could be a kid, whatever it is. Now they want to act like, I had no idea it was going to turn out this way. I had no idea. It just happened. I'm the innocent victim here. And they're trying to get this kind of empathy from someone. They're sitting next to a person or a group of people, and they're trying to turn that individual against your masculine or feminine. whichever your person's dealing with. They're trying to turn that party against them by acting like they don't treat me right. I was doing all the good things, but they don't treat me right. But you're not telling people how you came in on some like harem-ish, right? Let's keep it a buck. You're not telling people how you came in on some, I know you're severely depressed. Oh, and while I'm coming in while you're depressed, I'm giving you what you use to feed, how you self-medicate. I'm going to put it that way because I'm trying to be, I'm picking up specific things and I'm trying to keep it neat. But it's like, I'm going to give you whatever you self-medicate with to keep you toxic with me so that every little thing I say and do seems appealing. Now fast forward a couple months or years down the line, you want to act brand new? Not here, boo-boo. Which is why this came out. Don't judge me for how I treat him or her, because I heard her for some of you. They obviously like it if their ass is still here. But what you're not saying is that you're using trickery ways to keep that person around. Be it a kid, be it money, be it a living situation, be it friends and family, trying to go to friends and family of that person and get them to side with you and talk crap, even if this is a friendship. Trying to get people to turn against the same friend. It's a lot of mess going on here. It's a lot of mess. I'm starting to overheat. Let me fix this curtain. Spirit babies play a part in this. My curtains aren't falling like they would when spirits like shut them down. They're falling bit by bit when spirit babies are pulling on them. There's children involved in this, and I don't like what I'm sensing about that, but I'm feeling that there are kids that haven't, and I pick, when I say spirit baby, that's not limited to just children who aren't born yet. But I am picking up on kids who were supposed to come through divine connections that haven't yet. And they're like, it's because of this person. It's because of them. They came in at this time and that time, and they try to disrupt timelines. I want you guys, I'm going to give you this example, and I really want you guys to pay attention to so that you can understand. It's not about whether or not higher energies are trying to protect you or have your back. They do. They give warnings, they give signs, they give straight in your face, red, no, do not pass go signs. People do what they want to do. People have free will. Free will should never be taken away. Having common sense, using your discernment, tapping into your inner intuition, and not just on a thought level, but on a vibrational level. Energy on a vibrational level will not lie to you, because the moment you feel it start to get manipulated, you have those distorted views. Whoever's sending the nightmare, some of you might be having the full nightmare, but then something wakes you up, something gives you a sign. I'm seeing your dreams, and there's little things that are trying to catch your attention, and you might be missing them because your emotions, like you're responding to emotionally. If you calm down your emotions, you will see what you need to see. For others, you actually do see the distortion. It's like you'll be in a space, and all of a sudden the space starts to turn kind of loopy or foggy, almost like something's trying to break, or almost like something's trying to, I'm seeing like a lava lamp effect. If you ever see how the lava lamp thing bounces up and down in the little pieces, it's like that. It's like you start to see things break away in the little pieces. So whatever they try to do to scare you doesn't work because you see that, but at the same time you might wake up highly confused. Like, what is that supposed to be? These energies are giving you what you need to see to know how you need to handle and maneuver for yourself. And if your person is also picking up on this, is to let them know it is time for you to do different. If at any point in time you or your person entertain some type of energy like this, spirit ain't playing. Cut it. Cut it. Stop dealing with it. Cut it out. If you got a responsibility or a so-called obligation you can take care of, there's a way to take care of what you need to without feeding into this person's ish. Because it's going to get crazier. And there are other energies being affected. I want you to think of a movie strip. Imagine that this is video 1, this is video 2. Okay? Video 1 is the main scene. It's the actual recording. This part is the overlay. When you and your person are supposed to come together, the overlay plays, it starts to fade or show itself onto the main movie. Now, if you were to take this and you were to move it in the spot of that, either this gets overwritten or it gets pushed way down. This is how your timelines are being affected by these energies. And it's very much on purpose. This is how, especially when they start to dive into, their version of diving into spirituality, which means how can I manipulate people? How can I have things work for me? How can I be disruptive? When they start to go into that, if you are some type of, maybe some of you might be a reader, might be somebody that does meditations. You may do something in the community, even if it's not necessarily publicly. You do something. You have you're intuitive. You pick up on things. What they're trying to do is distort and make you doubt yourself. Make you doubt yourself, make you doubt your guides, make you doubt what you're picking up on, make you too confused to want to tolerate or deal with any of this, which also in a sense can halt your lesson to a degree. Now let me be clear. If your person's just being shady, if they're playing around with these energies all willy-nilly without a second thought, you don't have to tolerate that, nor do you have to tolerate that individual. However, be sure that that's what's happening and that it's not this person trying to make it appear that way. Like trying to make it appear that they're screwing your person when they're not, or trying to make it appear that they're really mine and you're the misguided one, you're the crazy one when you haven't even done anything. Like you can literally play back in your mind and you haven't contacted them on nothing crazy. This is really, really, really specific. Spirit, am I gonna have to make this a part 2, because this is pretty intense. It's starting to feel, I'm gonna start doing that when it gets like this. Like you guys can have the one that's on YouTube to view, and then I'll have a link where you can view the next one for an energy exchange, because this is a lot. I'm seeing way too much craziness. I'm dealing with all their bullshit for you. No, you're not. Again, why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying. No, you're not. You planted yourself in the position, Karmic. I'm saying this on behalf of the viewer because you tried it. You chose the right space to get your ish completely. We will lay it all bare around here. You tried it. The ones who didn't come in through, oh, I know this person can benefit, they came in through a friend, they were still trying to milk a situation, because not all of you have a person that was full of debauchery, but you might have had a person that when they were single, they weren't really committed to nobody. They were doing them, may not be hopping from a lot of partners, but they were doing their own thing. This individual watched it, seen it, slid in with that whole, you won't have to be committed to me, you do your own thing, I do my own thing. So why are you complaining now? Why is this all of a sudden an issue, but it wasn't an issue then? It doesn't make sense. Especially when I feel like this person isn't egging them on. I'm not picking up on a divine counterpart that's egging this on, like, yes, want me, or it's more like, why are you giving me this hassle? I'm seeing a masculine space out, like, what? Whenever this person talks crazy, but it's to make them also feel crazy, it's to make them feel like they're tripping. They're like, I'm not tripping, you're just doing really weird-ish. I remember our conversations. At no point did I make you feel secure in any kind of position. So let me hold my tongue. Let me hold my tongue. Too many cards are trying to come out at once. Didn't I say this in the beginning at some point? I can tell I can tell that they're miserable here. So for some of you, whoever's dealing with a karmic male, same thing. They can tell that they're dealing with a person that's not happy. I could tell they're miserable here. But yet, you said to respect. Never mind. Never mind. There's that feeling again that like cold. Somebody sometimes feels like cold hands are trying to grab their shoulder. Something like this, but like flat on their back. Like as if somebody's trying to grab you or push you. Be mindful of that. When you get those type of warnings, it's not about fear. It's about mindfulness. Where are you feeling it? What were you doing when you felt it? Are you standing in a place where you feel like a person could push you? Are you in a location where you might live around this individual? If you're dealing with the karmic, are you in a situation where they might have tried to attempt to put their hands on you before? Do not be Boo-Boo the Fool out of some weird sense of pride or some weird sense of I ain't never scared. Know what you're dealing with. This is why I warn of triggers, because I don't pull punches. There are people who deal with these energies and it drives them up a wall. They don't understand what's happening. They don't get why. They blame themselves. They'll blame higher energies, all because there's just some things right before their face that they can't seem to see or accept. Around here, the veil gets removed. Let me say that again. The veil gets removed, because some of these people, and I'm not talking about a veil between worlds, because that's damn near non-existent. Many of them are completely gone. You can end up in any realm you want to at this point. What I'm talking about is when you're dealing with these kind of energies, people will place a veil on your person to limit their sight. I've talked about this before on past content. You can view past content about it. But it creates huge confusion, distortions. It plays on the emotions. I'm talking about there's somebody here whose heart, and it might be your person, but their heart feels so, it's like an ache. It's in a specific part of the heart itself. Like, this isn't just the heart energy center. This is the muscle that we call the heart. And there's this feeling. This is how much they're stressing out. It's this feeling of like if somebody's hand was in their chest and like poking a particular region of the heart. And it's making them short of breath. It's making them fatigued. It's making them stressed. They're really at this point of like, I don't know what to do. I don't understand. It was going good. What happened? What is this? What's going on? Like, they're really upset. They might come across this content on their own if this isn't you yourself. And you might be feeling this. You might sometimes feel when they get these pains, these physical pains that are manifesting out of these energies playing on them like this. And they do it on purpose, because if they can keep them in that vibration, if they can keep them down there, you won't rise above me. You won't go above me, and you won't leave me, and I can use you until I'm done with you. That's what this is. These are not, no, this shit ain't cute. It's not cute. Why are you mad at me? When you finally get him, you'll have the best version of him. I got the karmic version. Pause. Run it back. I ain't got time. Run it back. I said what I said. Didn't I tell you they were going to snitch? They've been snitching on themselves the whole time. Hold up. Believe me, sweetheart. You ain't missing out on nothing, right? Oh, convenient. That matches that message, right? But you're the person they got with them when you knew they were tripping. So why were you sending nightmares to somebody? When you knew and you know this person is destined for another individual. So you're just driving them crazy for driving them crazy's sake. Because this isn't like, oh, I was just meant to be their karmic lesson just because. Yes, some of these are karmics that are transitioning over from past lives. But this is still set up energy, which means back then it was set up energy. Who you playing with for real, for real? I can tell they're miserable here. No shit, because you're not their person. I have a feeling we won't last. You ain't meant to. Karmic connections are not meant to last. This is why I don't like miseducation. No offense to anyone else. But karmic connections are things you are meant to learn from. Now, they're not all toxic, obviously. But when you get these toxic kinds, the lessons become harsher and harsher and harsher until you figure it out, because it's also built on your own free will and choice. So if they can make you feel like you don't have a choice, if they can make you feel like something's a part of your free will because you're adopting some type of toxic way of thinking of yourself as being a part of your identity, which is why I correct y'all with the identity thing. There are so many things that people classify as a part of their identity, whether it's a sickness, some type of mental state, that when someone comes in and starts manipulating it, they don't realize somebody had to plant that in you in order for another person or entity to come into the space and manipulate it to begin with. If you are dealing with a depression, you know exactly where it came from, and you look at your life and you see it seems that there was always somebody to come in and amplify that vibration or that trigger. This is why triggers are meant to be removed. This person likes to trigger who they're messing with. These individuals, I should say. And now they got the nerve. No, wrong place to pull that. Oh, but they're yours and respected. How they yours when they're destined for someone else? How they're yours when you're clearly saying that you have a karmic version? And karmics are things that you're meant to figure out and then leave. But you're not trying to leave. This karmic ain't trying to leave. They don't want to leave. They want this person to stay tied to them. And they're going to make them miserable for the amount of time that they are. There's something that they're using on this individual to make them really try to feel discouraged. And I feel like the person's fighting it. And that's why that heart energy came in. I don't play about when you're sending somebody a physical ailment. You're trying to make somebody really feel like you have to be with me. Are you sure they're your twin? Oh, but they're destined though, right? You got the karmic version, so that means the version this person gets is what? Don't play with me, bro. Don't play. But you're so toxic for each other, though. But yeah, you don't want to be judged. Come on now. Come on. We're going to get a few more cards from this deck, and then we're switching to the next one. Because at this point, these energies think that it's a game around here. Yeah, Spirit wanted this done for a reason. Spirit wanted this done for somebody's really been stressing themselves out. Could be you or your person feeling like there's an energy that feels like it wants to cry. Like they just want to cry. Not like a I'm gonna give up cry, but like I feel so lost. I feel so lost. I don't even know what to do. I'm trying. I swear to God, I'm trying. That's what this person is saying. I swear to God, I'm trying. But every time they try, this energy knocks them down, pins them. This is like 10 of Swords. I'm pinning you to the spot. And unfortunately, sometimes people around them believe that they're the manipulator, but really it's the karmic the whole time. And there's another, like I said, there's another energy coming in here. We're going to get into that one too, but they're not as strong as whoever this whiny and manipulative energy is. I spy on you to see why he loves you. I said what I said in the beginning, collective. I'm not even going to dive into that card because we covered that. I mentioned that already. That's not new. I've noticed your masculine's been praying a lot. What did I just say? What did I just say? I swear to God, I'm trying. There's a masculine who's like, I'm not trying, I'm getting it done. But I don't know how much I can have patience for this. I feel like they're trying not to snap. They're really trying to not snap because there's so many little intricate things going on in their physical world that this person is doing, and they're trying their hardest to stay level-minded because there's other people that play a part in this. Again, could be children, could be relatives, could be some, whatever it is, they're trying to like maintain not snapping for that purpose. But when it comes to, I'm working on bettering myself, I'm working on earning my divine counterpart, I'm moving towards my divine connection, they mean that. That's not a joke. But these energies keep creating a disruption, and it's making them start to feel a little discouraged. They're fighting that energy. So they're praying to be with their actual person so they can get out of this toxic situation. That's why they're praying. All right, this is the last. Too many cards tried to flip. This is the last one I'm going to take. I'm not taking all of these. We have, your divine masculine is a complete wreck. All right, we got one more. I've tried really hard to get him to get over you, but no matter what I do, it doesn't work. I'm not even going to clarify that. I'm going to let y'all, because you see how long this is going. You see everything I said up to this point, right? I'm going to let y'all go head on. I heard go to the zodiacs. Go to the zodiacs. Okay. We're going to go to the zodiacs. This is the Them in Color oracle from, I think it's Alexandria on Etsy. I don't know if right now off the top of the hand if the shop has another name, but let's get these zodiacs out the way. Oh, I'm so happy this wasn't a pick a card. Capricorn. I want to clarify. I'm going to be pulling these zodiacs because the way I've heard to do it, I'm going to pull them for the karmics signs. Could be in their chart, may not be in their chart. However, these energies really affect how they operate or how they do things. what we're going to do is I'm going to break down what in the zodiac they're using to their advantage, or if it's in their chart, the kind that they are. Again, for clarification, it may be in their chart, it may not be, but it is the energies they're working with. You can also take some of these to be maybe months of importance or timelines of importance, right? So Capricorn season may be of importance to some of you. Something major may have happened in that season with a karmic energy or about a karmic energy. If there's a karmic that's a Capricorn, I'm hearing this video in my head, and it's actually a funny video, but I'm hearing it in a negative, where a person drew a character that's supposed to be like a Capricorn Dom kind of energy, and it was meant to be like comic relief, but I'm hearing it being said with the intent of malice, and that is, don't worry, little controller, I won't break you unless you're meant to be broken. That vibration is the vibration coming in from this person. Like, I'm not going, as long as you do what I say, as long as you show me that you're disciplined the way that I tell you to be disciplined, it's cool. But the moment you step out of line and do what I don't want you to do, I'm gonna wreck something. I'm gonna do something bad or something even twisted. And that'll be your lesson. So this might be the energy that does the gaslighting. This could be connected to a person that thinks this way. Capricorn season is of importance. For some of you, it's December. Could have been December of 2 years ago. It's something about December. Pisces. I'm getting Pisces as a season. This season, Pisces matters. Someone plays on the vulnerability of an individual. I'm not picking up Pisces right now as a sign that's in the karmic zodiac, but it could be, or it could have been in the sign of an ex to someone. Maybe even an ex that they had an artistic connection to. Because I just heard like arts. Yeah, maybe they were both painters, or they both did something artistic together. It could have been a past karmic. But they're playing on the vulnerability of this person. Your person might have Pisces in their chart. Your masculine or feminine may have Pisces in their chart. We get Libra. I feel like a Libra is being manipulated. There could be a karmic Libra, but I just heard you should do what you should do. Remember what I said earlier about one of the karmics communicating to somebody and trying to make them go against your divine counterpart? That person might be a Libra, or it's representing that they're trying to. Libras like to bend the scales in their favor, be it in the negative or positive, whatever energy they may be in. Take it how it resonates, right? So either there's a Libra that they're talking to that they're trying to glam or charm in some sense, or they're disrupting balance by making this Libra think that your person's doing something wrong. So that means that this person may fuss at the individual, or maybe not work with them when they should. There's some type of disruption here with that. We got Aries. Remember what I said before about watch what you have a temper reaction to. This could be, any of these signs could be yours, but I'm breaking them down how I'm being led to. Somebody needs to watch their temper. I'm also picking up somebody's bold with their lying. Really bold with it. So either you're an Aries that needs to watch how combative a person makes you. Maybe this is your individual. I am picking up on a karmic that's an Aries. They're bold with how cruel they can be with words. Check out how it resonates for your situation. Leave what doesn't. We got Cancer. Somebody likes to manipulate a person's emotion. Remember what I said about the individual who likes to play victim. But it's me. But I'm the one that's being treated wrong. Trying to get people to believe that they're the one that's being... But all you have to do is just pay attention to the things they say. Pay attention to what they post. We used to call it back in the day, tweet and delete. Pay attention to what they post and delete. It doesn't add up. It just it doesn't add up. Like, how are you how? Two-facedness. Gemini. Somebody's two-faced. There could be a Gemini involved in this connection, not necessarily in a karmic way, but they do represent a lesson of some kind, I'm hearing. But Gemini is also coming out because of individuals who were two-faced or doing two-faced things. They think, I'm hearing like, oh, you think you're a wise guy. You're a wise guy, huh? So somebody thinks, it could be a male that's also a Gemini. They think they're a wise guy. Scorpio. I'm getting two things from this. I just heard something I didn't like. Somebody, just like with Libra, somebody's manipulating a Scorpio energy or trying to. Because Scorpios, it's not just that they respect a lot of loyalty. So that means when you do a Scorpio wrong, they're very emotional. You know, things can be taken personal really quickly, and they'll put up a wall that you may never penetrate through again. That's how they operate. So someone's trying to manipulate or use a Scorpio or someone who has a similar vibration to that. No, they said somebody's using a Scorpio to manipulate a situation. Who is this? Who is this? Oh, no. No. I'm getting three things. One, some of you may be dealing with a karmic that's Scorpio-like, and they kind of try to use the loyalty thing in their favor. Like, you would do this for me if you were loyal. But what I just heard clear as day was somebody telling a person, why are you using them like that? You shouldn't do that. That's dead ass wrong. Why are you doing that? Whoever's manipulating or using a Scorpio is someone of innocence. Now, this can mean a child. I'm going to be really pissed if I look into that and I see a child. This could be a child. This could be somebody that's a little naive, maybe. Or, well, no, they're not naive, but the person thinks they are. They think they are. But it's like someone who can't fully speak up for themselves. I don't like what I'm seeing with that at all. There is a karmic Scorpio-like energy. It plays on the whole loyalty thing. But for the most part, I'm seeing somebody being manipulated that is a Scorpio, or they're being used. Like, they may not be aware that they're even being used. It's like they're being told to maybe do something a certain way, kind of like this Libra energy, and they do it. And then it's like, oh, I can't believe you did that. I didn't know. What did I do? What was wrong with it? You know? Be mindful of that, because Scorpios don't forget. Libras can get absent-minded. Scorpio's not going to forget if you did them dirty. And we're not talking about two. Did we dang near got the whole dang zodiac sign? We got two. Sagittarius. There's a karmic that plays on the adventure, like, feeling or vibration someone has. And that I ain't never scared emotion stuff. Like, somebody might say, oh, you shouldn't go there. And this person goes, you gonna let them tell you that? You gonna let them? Remember what I said too about someone being bold with lying? It feels connected to this energy as well. It was Aries, I think that came from. Somebody's bold with how they twist things. It's like, again, it's obvious when it's a lie, but it gets lost in translation, or like so many things go on at once that everybody just believes it for a minute, and by the time the truth comes out, everyone acts like they're a fool. So this could be somebody messing with a Sagittarius, or this could be a Sagittarius doing this. Bear in mind, all of these signs, we're talking about them on cosmic level, not just zodiac level. They operate different also depending on the person's gradient experience. I break that down in a different, moment. Whether they're masculine or feminine, they all operate different, not only in their months, but based on their sexuality, as far as like what they were born as, not sexuality as in their occupation of what they're into with other people. Like a male Scorpio or Sag is going to act one way, a female is going to act another. The season that they're in is going to affect them. This is when we're talking about the individual. We haven't even gotten into when they're influenced by other parts of their chart or other outside energies. So I want you guys to understand why I'm breaking this down the way I am, because these traits matter. I feel like Sagittarius season, the season of Sagittarius and Scorpio are of importance as well. So December is important. October and November is important. Maybe the end of September, but I keep hearing October. So October, Pretty much October through to November and maybe a little bit into January is important for some of y'all as a timeline of like events that were taking place. Pisces season of this year, something major gets revealed. Like I feel like whatever something was being lied about maybe in a karmic connection, it gets revealed in Pisces season. The last card that fell out was Taurus. Someone's not practical in how they do things at all. Like they try to mold a situation to work the way that they want it to work, but it just backfires. It's like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make sense. I'm also feeling like the whiny energy is connecting to that. Like someone tries to play on the good heart. Remember that heart feeling I said I had? That might be connected to a person who has Taurus in their chart, maybe even Pisces in their chart, and Scorpio. These signs could be all together or in that person's chart somewhere, but that heart feeling, it's like somebody tries to play on an individual's heartstrings. They could be dealing with someone in a similar sign to them. So it could be like a Taurus dealing with a Capricorn, or a Taurus dealing with a Taurus, or like a Pisces dealing with a Scorpio. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? They could be either the same sign, but they're different vibrations of it, or they're in the family. Let's see. Let's see what an important season is here. Man, this whiny energy is getting on my nerves. My head is hurting. I'm about to tune them out. I don't have time. I would not put up with that. No. We have water. These are also features that could, remember what I said about artistic too? So these are also features that could be important. Large eyes, wide lips. They don't have to be a water sign with that, but these could be features that they have nonetheless. Once again, I feel like that's confirmation that Pisces season is important. I'm only going to go for one more. Out of the 3 remaining, give me one more season, Spirit. One more season of importance here. One more season of importance, or feature of importance. Earth. Let's get some years. So, the people could have 2 different skin tones. Like the karmic could be a slightly different skin tone than the divine counterpart. Even if they're both like a light complexion, one's like maybe a little darker, a little lighter. Someone could have hazel or brown eyes, golden skin. I'm seeing somebody dark skin too. Like a really deep, rich brown color. Their favorite colors could be blue, red, purple. I think that's like a tan. I want to say like maybe an eggshell tan kind of. I don't know how to. I'm gonna say white sand or something. I don't know what to call that. It's a little yellowy, but it kind of makes me think of white sand or golden sand. Could be a favorite color. Orange, like a really bright, vibrant orange, is someone's favorite color. This might also tie into their sacral chakra. These could also represent gates on the body that aren't necessarily just tied to the chakra systems that play a part here. What's the Chinese zodiacs of importance? We have the rooster. So Chinese. So this one of these years matches the person. We have the rabbit. This could either be your years, the karmic's years, or your person's years. Take it how it resonates. They hold significance though. This could be a part of, remember when I said certain things happen in certain years during certain zodiac time frames and whatnot? This could be breaking that down for you as well. So pay attention if these numbers just holler or scream at you. Wow. Spirit, do I really have to take both? Because y'all keep almost making me shuffle the whole deck. We're in the year of the tiger right now. We're in the year of the water tiger, to be precise. And we have the year of the dragon. I feel like I heard protector. There's a protector. There's a protector. Someone has a protective energy within the year of the dragon. What other year, Spirit? I heard another, what was it, 1981? 2005, 81. Say the number again, please. Something about 1964 for somebody. 88 and 76 are important. Like, for some reason, there's protector energies here. Like somebody's a protector. Watch over, protect kind of energy. But again, those years could also be, pay attention to how it resonates for you. I'm trying to slow down some of this pre-channeling I'm getting so that I can get through the rest of these decks, because they don't want me to just... this might be a two-parter. I have no idea at which point I am even saying that, but just be made aware. This could be a two-parter. I wish for your downfall. No shit, Karmic. This deck is Fire Witches, Karmic Exposed. I just heard, why isn't it working? Oh! I act innocent. Boom. I said what I said. Remember what? I've been picking this up the entire time. The entire time. They wish for the Divine Feminine's downfall because that puts you out the way. They actually wish for the person's downfall to a degree too, because it's all about using them until they suck everything out, until everything has been used up dry. In the meantime and in between time, they act innocent. I'm going to act like I had nothing to do with any of this shady stuff that you guys are talking about. And what did I say about the masculine in the heart, right? I'm being stripped of my faith and hope by this person who acts innocent, who wishes for the downfall of this connection. But like I said, I'm feeling like they're resisting this. Masculine, feminine, whoever's in that energy, they're resisting it. But it's hard. It's like I'm resisting it. I'm refusing to not expand and grow. It's just that I don't know how much longer I can hold on to that and not snap on this person or do something crazy, because at this point they think it's a game. At this point, I'm hearing you keep fucking with me. It's like they're saying this to this person, like, you keep fucking with me. Somebody's really cussing someone out. Like they're in their head, it's worse. They slip sometimes. They say little things, but if they could say what they really want to, ooh, child. Oh, it'd be foul. It would be foul. Like someone is beyond patience at this point. They're beyond patience. I hate watching y'all. I heard y'all succeed, but the card says you. Hate watching you succeed. Because when you succeed, they have to face the truth. Remember how much lying they did back here? Are you sure this is your person? Are you sure these energies are this or that or da da da? Me and them are happy. You should respect it. Come on now. Hidden agenda. Didn't I tell you they got with you or them for a reason? They're watching both of y'all for a reason. These are not people who did this on accident. This isn't I just ended up in some mess. This is I literally walked into the fire. I just didn't expect to get the fuck burnt. Even though I knew it was a divine flame, I didn't expect to get my ish back. I thought somebody's using, you're caught. Somebody's using. We've had several powerful full and new moons in some of these months that have come out here. Like a moon in Capricorn or a moon in Libra or whatever. And they're trying to use those energies to their advantage for a hidden agenda. Which ain't so hidden because it's obvious what they want. I see exactly what they want. But they're trying to. So this is also somebody, like I said in the beginning, that plays around with sending nightmares or ritual-like things. This is not someone who... They're not an expert at what they do, but they're not completely unknowledgeable. I always tell people, you do not underestimate a fool. Do not do that, because they're so damn foolish, but so confident in their foolish ways that they'll do a little bit of anything to try to get what they want. And what'll end up happening is they mess with energy, places, or things that they shouldn't have. Somebody owes a favor to an entity that they can't repay, point blank in the period. So when this hits the fan, which it's already doing, you're going to see all kinds of crazy ish that are, it's going to seem so unexplainable, hit this person. You'll vibrationally feel why, but everyone else is going to be like, wow, what, whoa, how did that happen? Back to back like that? And what? And you're going to be the only person that's like, Some of you had your ancestors tell you in the ear what they're going to do. They told you what's going on. They weren't playing. They're not playing with this person because they know that this person is dealing with stuff that they shouldn't be dealing with. If you're a divine feminine that does spiritual work, whether it's like this or something else, you could just be a yoga instructor for all I know, but you do it from a spiritual perspective. You raise the vibration. This person has tried to tap into that energy and they couldn't. So they fall back on your divine counterpart, who by no means is anything less than you. They have their own gifts and their own way that they can express their spiritual ability or talent, whether they have a name for it or recognize it or not. And they're tapping into that energy, which is why they want to drain their faith and drain their hope. What did I tell you earlier? They can't get any of their ish to work otherwise. Somebody has to be in such a low, either depressed or angry or temperamental vibration that they can pull on it. They can manipulate that. You can manipulate the lower vibrations of the scale in a negative sense with another person's energy if they're either A, unaware, and or heavy in that. So if you're ruled by your anger, you're an easy victim. And by victim, I mean you're somebody that they would play on. You're someone that they would try to, how can I make you more angry? How can I use that to my advantage? I'm going to get my way if I get you to snap, especially if you show out somewhere. Oh, because then I really can play up that innocent role. Why are you snapping on me in public? I didn't do anything. Why did you snap on Instagram or Clubhouse or whatever thing that you're on that I was talking to? I didn't do anything to you. Why are you doing that? Knowing the whole time that they triggered the person. It's all a part of the agenda. My right arm feels really hot. So there's a masculine that is pissed. Could be watching this. He's pissed. I feel like this is confirming. And they got the nerve to say I won out. Of course you won out, because what did I just say? What they pulled and been pulling, it's already returning home. You're not happy with the person because you're getting your ish back. And remember what I said about mimic-like energy? Mimic-like energy, when it starts to realize that they've been pretending to be someone, they realize they know what they're doing, but when they see that they're losing more of themselves, you see this like faded, shadowed, murky, muddy, this is how they feel. It's like they can't tell what the real them is anymore. I know I'm doing this because I'm supposed to be trying to have some type of agenda and gain some type of footing or lifestyle or a person's luck or whatever the case may be. But why do I also feel like I'm just so fucking miserable? And why isn't anything working out? Because you're not supposed to be doing this shit. So of course you want out. But remember what I said. You made a deal with somebody to be able to do some of this ish that they're doing. They made a deal with somebody. So now you got to deliver. You can't just, no, you got to deliver. Oh wait, but you can't, because this person was never your person. So whoever they went to, whatever entity they were playing with, trying to barter, you didn't have any chips. I feel like this karmic watches this content. You watch this kind of content. It's not some of you who are divine. You know who you are. Whoever does this isn't somebody that would be bold enough to comment. But you watch these kind of things on occasion. And now you're scared because you know exactly what I'm seeing. I see you and you know that you're Saul. This, No, we're going to finish up these energies. It's starting to come home, ain't it? It's starting to come home. Whoever the masculine was that's trying to snap, or the feminine who's trying not to snap, that stuff is being returned to the center. And it's being returned in some folds. I'm not going to say the number I heard, but it's being returned. because the negative, the twistedness should have never been sent to begin with. At breaking point, I want you to break. It ain't gonna happen. You can forget about it. And to anyone who needed that guidance and that clarity in this message, it ain't gonna happen. The divine feminine, the divine masculine that's being messed with will not break. It's not going to happen because it ain't meant to. This is the year of the 6. People are choosing their paths. They're paying more attention. They're becoming more aware. Yes, there are situations and things trying to get in the way of that. But at the end of the day, higher power said we done had enough. So we're going to put in place what we need to put in place to show y'all that y'all been messing with the wrong ones. Nobody's going back to sleep. No one's going back to sleep. So it's like you made your bed with them blades and knives sticking out of it, setting up that betrayal for someone else, going to fuck around and fall back on it themselves. Trying to give you a 10 of swords, trying to give your person a 10 of swords, they gave it to themselves. Playing around with energies that they should have left alone. Manipulating situations they should have left alone. And the masculine says, I know exactly what the karmic is trying to do. I'm starting to notice it all. So I see that they're trying to dim my light. I see that they're trying to make me, miss you as that North Star. But no, I see that they were trying to decay me by draining my energy. I'm peeping it now. Somebody may have a masculine that has a scar above his eye on the right side. In the image it would be reversed, but it's like a little nick, like a little scar. It's a little darker than they are. Cause what did I say earlier? Bottom of the deck. Look. A spirit baby said not on my watch. There's some spirit babies in this group that are like, I don't care what some of these karmics thought they got away with by bringing in certain siblings that they know they shouldn't have been having. We don't care. We on Mark 2. We're doing something. They're helping. I heard divine counterpart. So whether your person is masculine or feminine, they're helping. And for those who are like, well, I'm in same-sex connection. People adopt kids. People have surrogates. People stop acting like there aren't alternatives. And and spirit babies can be guides that came from another life. They could be children that you're meant to become close to. Spirit babies can be the kids that karmics mess around with, mess up, don't treat them right because they don't like it. People take things out on children. Another soul sister of mine picked this up, but I'm going to be blunt with y'all. If you have kids that don't like being around a certain person, I don't care if it's their parent or not, pay attention to why. I'm not talking about when kids try to be a little manipulative and lie. You know when you have a kid that picks up on something or they may have seen something they didn't like. Instead of disregarding it just because you think there's somewhere they don't want to go, ask them questions and don't ask them in a sarcastic way. Let them feel like they can be honest. But for some of you, that kid might be the child of the karmic. And they're being mistreated whenever the karmic doesn't get their way, which might be another reason that your masculine or feminine is scared, or maybe not scared, but they're like, they probably picked up something. Like, I feel like something weird is going on. It's probably verbal, because I'm not really seeing like hitting, but there's like meanness, just being mean to a child. And I feel like it's also tied into that Scorpio energy. I feel like it's tied into that Scorpio energy. So it could be something took place in October, like maybe a kid was really complaining, or a toddler seemed to not want to be around like their parent, and it might have really popped off in the month of, it's something about October and it's something about November. And we had both Scorpio and Sagittarius season come out. So for some of you, this might involve a Sag as well. But there's something about the vibrance of innocence here. It's like innocence is being used to manipulate the situation worse. And they're wondering why they're getting their stuff back. You don't know. There are consequences to these. And we're at a time where so many people whose consciousness are becoming more alert. It's a little hard to get away with this stuff the way people used to try to get away with it just a couple of years ago, just a couple of decades ago. It's a little harder. There are some kids tied up in this situation, and there are both living babies and spirit babies that are like, we're over it. We're over it. We're done with this. Somebody is being mean to their child or to the child of the person that they're trying to manipulate. There's meanness here when they don't get their way. But I'm not seeing hitting. I'm not seeing that. I can't tell you that I'm, I have to say what I'm actually seeing. And I'm seeing like, don't talk like that. Like they're really in their face. Like you in the face of this kid, like they did something wrong, but they didn't do anything wrong. They just don't, they're mad they didn't get their way, or they don't want them to say something to the parent. I'm only with them for appearance's sake. This is Confessions of the Puppet Master, Angelic Revelations 144. I'm only with them for appearances. What did I say in the beginning of this reading? Something about that, like they're only with them for a look. They're only with them for something they can gain. But they're doing a whole hell of a lot of extra shit just for that. I know that he or she still is in love with you. And I just heard, I know that he is moving towards you. He shouldn't know you, something like that. Somebody's person may not have been, you may have not been physical, or maybe you didn't go into like full dating with the individual, but the attraction is there. The attraction's there, and it's baffling them. It's like, how do y'all have this intense connection and y'all haven't really like talked much, or you haven't been physical with each other? So how is the connection that strong? They thought that they would be able to come in and disrupt it because they thought that it was like, no, because it's divine. Because it's a connection that's supposed to be a part of that person's destiny when they're operating from their highest level of self. So of course, it's like when I'm gonna give a simplified version of it. It's like when you meet a friend and you feel like you knew him forever, or you keep picking up on a person's energy that you don't know that well, and for some reason you just feel like you would be really cool with them, and then you meet them and it pops off and you think you knew each other for years. Now turn that into something with a more romantic vibration. But again, if the individual might have been living a certain lifestyle, or if the individual might have been like in a marriage or some other situation, you guys never acted. In other words, you didn't do anything that would make you question your values or morals. But this person still seen that spark, and they're like, why was there even a spark? How was there a spark? Then when they figured it out, they got salty. And I'm still feeling like somebody came in as a friend. And for some of you, this person might have been trying to be your friend prior to getting with the individual they're with now. Like they tried to link up with you just so they could try to get close to that person. They talk about you in their sleep. Not shocking, because dreams are portal traveling. And a lot of masculines are operating from higher vibrations now. They're tapping more into their magician energy, and they're able to move around in the ethers better than they could before. So I'm not shocked by that. I am only with them because I need them to take care of me. I'm done. Listen. Oh! And by the way, they're a psychopath. Mimic, 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 mimic. 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 Said what I said. They really thought it was a joke around here. Like, oh, we can just come in and say little slick things, and we're not gonna get read for filth. Nah, we lay you bare around here. My forehead is like on fire. Somebody's really getting activated. Somebody thinks they're asleep and they're getting away with some dirt, but the person they think they're getting over on is activating. I'm going to be using a card flip. Where did it go? Where'd you go? I'm so into the energies, I keep forgetting to. The cards will also be linked below, guys. This is Angelic Revelations, Trap in Toxicity, a Karmic Tale Oracle. This is going to be a trigger warning for some of you, so let me see if the energies really want me to point this out, because this ties into what I was picking up earlier, but maybe that's why they had me halt on it, because they knew that this would come out here. Okay. Inhale, slow exhale. This is for someone's person. This probably wasn't your energy, but I think that, no, they said this person would know. You would know if your person's had this vibration because you either felt it or they told you before in the past. But it's still going to be a trigger for some of you. So you can, like, they're saying to do it though. So I'm going to follow the instructions. We have, I nearly took my life once. But it's not from the person just walking away. This is from the individual messing with them so bad. Somebody is dealing with a karmic. And I remember I said there was a masculine karmic here. And masculines can tend to be some of the worst when it comes to verbal and physical. Not that the feminines don't. There are feminines who, you know, do physical. But there's a masculine karmic I'm picking up on that made a feminine energy, could be male or female, feminine energy, feel like they wanted to take their own life. Not because the person just walked away, but because of how they were being treated. Because of how they were treated. And Source said not to do it. They heard a voice, and I don't feel like it was just God. I feel like it was an ancestor of theirs or a relative that they knew about. Somebody close to their heart told them not to do it. Like a grandmother. I heard like a grandmother. So a grandmother told an energy not to commit something like that. Got them from doing it. But it wasn't because you left. It's not about the message at the bottom. It's just, this was attempted because of all of this energy. But I do also feel like that there was a masculine that thought this once a long time ago, like years ago, due to a similar situation where somebody was really manipulating their mind, manipulating their energy, but it wasn't as intense as what I just picked up from a feminine energy, because it feels like she was dealing with a karmic that was verbally abusive. We have don't make promises to me. I don't trust words, only actions, consistency, reliability. Words are bullshit. Someone's angry. This doesn't feel like the person who's trapped in a karmic connection. This feels like what a karmic wanted from maybe one of you felt this way that's watching, who's watching this on behalf of a person. The karmic wanted you to think this way. They wanted you to feel like your person was giving you empty promises. They wanted you to feel like your person wasn't improving themselves or doing the right thing. And they're like, but I am and I was. And then this happened. Whatever this is. This happened. And for them, it's like they were blindsided. And like I said, when people put veils, it can feel that way. We have, I acknowledge the shadow and light aspects within myself and others to be fully accepting of our human personalities. So someone realizes that they need to balance themselves. What was I talking about? When your energy and your vibration is out of balance, it's easier for people to manipulate. They just said spirit baby. There's a spirit baby trying to get, I think, both parties to cooperate with this. I'm only saying think because there's something that they're trying to tell me in the energy, but it's like they're biting their tongue, like they don't want to say it all. So it may not be meant for a collective message. It might take us into a whole nother realm we don't need to be in. And at the bottom of the deck, we have sex. I don't have sex with the karmic. I don't want to. There's another karmic energy here that, like I said, they feel more independent. They're toxic, but not to this degree. It's more like I'm trying to manipulate a situation to get what I want. I feel like they're part of the group that's only with the karmic for appearances, because there's like 3 strong energies for that. Could be 3 individuals that fit that energy, or it could just be that there's 3 very distinct characteristics that fit that particular card. Like that, I'm only with somebody for appearances. Somebody might have only had a kid out of a need for appearances, or because they thought that they would get something out of the deal, but I'm hearing that they're going to soon learn that's not how it works, and they're going to have to take care of their responsibility with respect, but they're going to see that what they thought isn't what it is. However, this could be effeminate. There could be a feminine that got pregnant by a karmic male, actually. And the karmic male thought that that was going to be easy to manipulate in a different way, and it's not working for several reasons. but I am picking up on a lot of a lot of karmic feminines that were pregnant at one point. Trying to get these energies out, but I'm reaching my limit at this point. We're gonna pull these last cards, and then I'm gonna call it. Oh, cha. The color black just flashed before me, but I'm not gonna take it because of the way it came out. These colors have traits on them. Okay, I thought I had all the things. I didn't. Hold on, because I have to separate these. Oh, I didn't. Okay, monkey just flew out. Somebody's karmic is in the year of the monkey. These little cards are like a set, and I thought I had all of the years separated. I didn't notice that. I didn't. So busy channeling, I had no idea that it was only 2 sitting on the side and not 3. So in the chunkier part, the monkey was in there, and I heard karmic. So somebody's karmic is born in the year of the monkey, or connected to the year of the monkey. We have wood, olive skin, athletic, great health, green eyes. Somebody also might be, I just heard solid, solid like a rock. So somebody's a really solid person. We have camouflage, you know, like hidden agenda. We have hidden, protective, tough, and outdoors. Somebody's country. You could be from any place in the world, but you grew up in the countryside of wherever you come from, or you would consider yourself a country person with that outdoor and that wood vibration. The hidden is once again confirming the karmic energy, and the protection is confirming those 2 signs I said I picked up protection energy from. Somebody's like, I'm tougher than I look. A positive energy said, I'm tougher than I look. They sound kind of small. Is that a child? I'm tougher than I look. Silver, modern, trendy accessories. Somebody wears a lot of silver as protection. You've been guided to, you might have stopped for a while and you're being guided to go back into that. It's not about being dependent upon the item, but when your own higher self and other cosmic energies are telling you to do something, stop trying to find a reason to question it and get it done. Now I'm saying that the way I heard it, and I'm telling you with the tone that it needs to be said in. Stop questioning it, get it done. Someone's person or karmic could be from Africa. Ooh. The U.S., Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico. Could be like, you get it. You get it. North America. You get it. The Americas. The color violet is also important. Crown, royalty, compassionate, and sensitive. This feels connected because I just heard the voice again. I'm tougher than I look. I'm tougher than I look. So this card is connected to someone who's really tuned in, and they're like, I'm tougher than I look. They feel small and they sound small. They sound like a kid, not necessarily a baby, but like a kid. It's weird. I don't know. They might be someone that just has like a squeaky voice. You know what I mean? Like they're a full-grown adult, but they kind of sound like a kid. Kind of like they sound like this or something. Or it could be a child. We have South America. I just said that. Just said the Americas. Someone's ancestry is from Brazil or Peru. I just heard that clear as day. We have is this cashmere? Yes. Status, feminine, fine. Yeah. We have rainbow, hopeful, unique, colorful. Also pride, for those of you who are pride-based who might be resonating with anything here. I'm also feeling the gradient effect with that rainbow card. Like how does things flow into the next thing? Somebody's trying to learn how to flow things, and they're like, how do you flow seamlessly between these energies so that you can learn to rise above them? Somebody might have tried to, I'm not hearing break the rules. I'm trying to hear more clearly what I'm picking up on. Bottom of the deck is the year of the pig. The year of the most recent year of the pig, which would be 2019, was really important for someone. I'm trying to, it's like someone that's trying to fix themselves, like, and by fix I mean they're trying to raise their vibration. I feel like they're trying to cut corners somewhere, but they're not letting me completely see where, but it's like some type of corners being cut, and they're like, the gradient. You can't just hop from, for example, say chakra, right? Like say from your root chakra to your solar. They're like, not you. You can't do that. You have to go through each system. So if someone's trying to elevate, and because they're getting frustrated with the situation, they're trying to go, okay, you know what? Fine. I did root chakra. I'm going to skip sacral. I'm going to jump right on to solar. Or I'm going to jump right to the heart. They're like, no, 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 no. You have to go through the system. Now, some of them are going through the system in what they might think is a reverse. Like they're starting with, like, say, the crown or third eye, and then they're working their way downward because they're more aware psychically, but physically in their physical body and in their physical understanding of things, not so much. So some of them are working from the most secure place that they have a footing in downward. Most people can feel the physical a lot more than they can the spiritual. So someone's really gifted with sight, but they need to ground themselves, and someone else needs to realize that just because you grounded yourself in one way doesn't mean that you can now skip it. So there's something about that gradient effect. And again, if you guys want to know more about the gradients, if you want to know more about other ways to view even the zodiacs and stuff, you can follow my Light Wisdom podcast. A lot of that content is going there. Darlings, listen to your purest, truest form of intuition that is connected to the source of who you are, which is connected to the source of all things. When you get certain symbols and signs from your protectors, whether those protectors have a human form, especially when they're in their spirit form and they come to you in different ways, listen to what they say. Don't just disregard it. Pay attention. If something's been trying to discourage you within your connection, or if this is someone you're dealing with, you already knew this. You just needed the detail to confirm, having the courage to maybe leave it. Your choices are your own. Your choices are yours. But some of you have been putting up with mad craziness, and it's time to let that go. I'm going to say peace, love, and light and blessings to you, collective. May you be protected. May you have the clarity that you need. I'm out.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.